What is up, y'all? I'm having a great day. I hope you're having a great day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So, you all, today we're going to be talking about a twisted theory in the Halloween franchise, to be exact, Halloween 1978. But before we get started, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. So to get into this is a theory that's in, the Halloween community. And it's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately just because it makes sense and it's very twisted. We've watched Halloween 78 countless times, as a Halloween fan. And I've never, to be honest, thought about it like that. I always thought that, Michael, his main target was like Laurie Strode. And to be honest, Michael, he's never had like a motive, so you can't even say target for real. It's almost like you just get in his way and you become a part of the story type shit. So to get into it, it's a theory out there that I want to touch on, basically that Laurie wasn't the main target the whole time. It was Annie. Michael actually was targeting Annie, and he actually, got involved because of that scene right there with the hedge. And, you hear Annie say, "Hey, jerk, speed kills."
Hey, jerk, speed kills.
And once she says that, automatically Michael gets involved with that group. So, and look, it's a lot of clues that point at it. And the reason I'm saying it is because if you look through, Halloween 78, yeah, that scene happened with Tommy Doyle and, Laurie, drop the keys off the old Myers place. Yeah, he looks out the window or the door or whatever, and he sees Laurie and he sees her, and people think at that moment he kind of just latches on to her. Whole time, I don't think that was, I think, he just heard her. He looked out to see who was out there, and boom. And then it was like a coincidence that she was a part of the group, he's seen walking down the street. It's her neighborhood. She lives in Haddonfield. I'm not saying that she wasn't like something that he would go after or anything like that. But, it's a lot of theories out there with Laurie too. People say maybe Laurie reminds him of Judith. Maybe he's obsessed with Laurie. I mean, maybe he is. Who knows? But I definitely think when you sit here and think about it, it's definitely something with Annie, because even Laurie told Annie that, Annie, you're going to get us in big trouble someday, and I think that right there was kind of like a foreshadowing or like a hint or something, letting us know like, hey, like she's definitely going to get these guys in trouble, her mouth and the way she acts and stuff like that. And guess what? Later in the film, they have to deal with Michael. Michael ends up taking everybody out but Laurie Strode. And it was kind of like foreshadowing for real. But it was this one scene that kind of showed me that, when you sit here and think about it, it is kind of like he's targeting Annie because, after, they find out about Michael breaking into the hardware store to get the mask, and, Laurie and Annie, they're smoking and stuff. Then they have their little girls fun in a car, and then Annie ends up dropping her off later that night. And we see, Michael standing right there, he's looking at Laurie. Laurie ends up walking to the Wallace's place. He's focusing on her, he's looking, and then immediately when she goes in, it's like he snaps and he ends up focusing on Annie. But once Annie kind of just like pulls off, he's like locked in. It's like he's a shark. He's like looking as she is just like going there and just going into the house. And from that moment on, that's when she becomes, being the real target. I feel like Freddie said, Michael's a killer shark. Like
Sharp, baggy ass overall.
Like that's how he was operating when he's saying Annie. But to get more into it, that scene where she's on the phone, Annie's on the phone with Paul and everything, and she's getting her laundry ready and the butter waste on her, Lindsay Wallace is in there. It's a lot of shots of Michael, like he's looking at her through the window. We see a shot where, she's in like the kitchen and you see this door behind her and you see Michael just standing looking at her. It was like she was the real target. Like this theory has so much evidence and proof that we're on to something, as Halloween fans. So to push forward with it a little bit more, he's kind of doing little things to kind of get her attention. Like he's knocking down a flower pot, everything with Lester. He's really trying to get to her. It's almost like he's getting get back, from that moment when she said, "Hey, jerk, speed kills." Like her saying that, I think it kind of almost like triggers something in Michael. Like I know it sounds crazy, but when you think about it, when you look through like previous things with franchises and stuff, it all depends on which Michael you're dealing with. It's sometimes when people say things to Michael, like for example, what Freddie Harris said in Resurrection, "I'm Michael Myers," and he just turns around and walk. But I'm saying sometimes people talk shit to Michael, like they'll say something they can't even get the fucking words out, like with Brady in Halloween 4. When he's up there on the stairs, he grabs him immediately and he spits and everything. Like, it's like, I will say that might have triggered Michael Myers. That might have made him actually be more involved with that group. And to be honest, when you sit here and think about it, okay, Michael took out Annie, right? He took her out, and after that, he kind of proceeded through Haddonfield and stuff like that. He put the bodies up with Linda and Bob, Annie, and Laurie went snooping in Haddonfield to kind of see what's up with my friends. Like, are they playing like some type of prank? She hears the call, everything with Linda. She's just very curious at this point. So she goes, to the house and everything, and when it push comes to shove, she sees the bodies decorated throughout the house, and it's almost like Laurie got herself involved in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys gotta follow me. Like, think about it. Would you guys think like that she would have ever crossed paths with Michael again if she would have never went in the house and saw Annie in the bed with the Judith Myers tombstone? And that's another thing. I think, look, I know it's been years, like, it's like, damn, bro, like, we are just now thinking about this, at least from my knowledge, and we're seeing, like, the Judith Myers tombstone behind Annie. Almost, it's like it's showing us, like, hey, it's a connection there between Michael and Annie and Judith. And it's almost like, damn, does Annie reminds Michael of Judith, like her energy or something? We did see what type of person Judith Myers was, and, she's like getting laid and everything in the beginning. And Michael's looking at her, so it's kind of like, and look at what Annie was doing. She was trying to do, but she didn't get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's seen something in her, or I don't know. But to kind of push forward, she didn't even get to make it to Paul. She gets to the car. Michael's sitting in the car. He takes her out and stuff like that. And then after that, that's when the situation kind of starts picking up with, Laurie, Linda. And I think Michael is literally, it's starting to make you kind of like understand. I already know what type of person Michael Myers is, but it makes you understand just a little bit more. Like, it's almost like anybody that comes in front of, I already knew this, but anybody that comes in front of Michael's path and like crosses him, it's almost like he has to take you out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like he just like, okay, I have somebody in front of me, I gotta wipe them out of my way. I think that's what it's starting to look like, because Michael, when you sit here and think about it, he, even in 2018, remember, he was walking, and then Hawkins and Dr. Sartain was driving. He said, I got eyes. Bro, Michael was just walking. Bro, dude was literally just walking through Haddonfield, possibly just trying to get to the Myers house or something. I don't know. Like, he was just trying to, like, get away. So I feel like when you sit here and think about it, sometimes, a lot of times, people get involved with Michael. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you can't walk past him because, if you walk past him, he's going to take you out. I think it goes all the way back to 78. Laurie and Linda was Annie's friends, so he probably was like, might as well wipe them out. Bob, think about it. Bob ain't have shit to do with that. Bob was trying to go over there and get laid. Bro, Bob ain't have shit to do with that, bro. He took Bob out like Bob was the one who said, hey, jerk, you put him on the wall and pent him up, and you know what I'm saying? I feel like the proof is there. I think John Carpenter probably wrote Halloween 78 that way on purpose, and I think people are just now trying to like take that in. Like, I think who's the real target? Whole time we all out the gate as Halloween fans saying like, it's Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode is the real target, but whole time we're seeing stuff with Annie, the Judith Myers tombstone, the same with the hedge, her death and everything, and then him going over to Laurie and stuff like that. So I definitely think that it was almost like John Carpenter was trying to show us that something triggered Michael. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that has to be it. Like, something triggered Michael when Annie said that. It kind of made him put his attention over to her, because think about it. And another thing, she was the first one he took out. If it was really something like that where he wanted Laurie, I'm pretty sure he would have went out to Laurie first. You know what I'm saying? I think, to be honest, Laurie Strode, her character was kind of just like the hero. Like, she was like the one, like the nonchalant teen. She didn't know what was going on, really. She just thought she was babysitting. Her friends were going to have fun. But I always say this, Laurie Strode got converted into a final girl like within hours, bro. Like she was just a regular teen. You seen Laurie, she was scared to kind of even get involved with Ben Tramer. She was just like a regular teen, you know. She's sitting having fun with kids like Tommy and Lindsay, you know, talking about comics and shit like that. But it all makes sense when you think about like how they kind of carved Laurie into this innocent like final girl that ends up being, when we see later in the franchise, just badass, bro. Like she's out of it. Like she's jumped off the edge and she's really ready to take him out. Because look, Laurie, from that moment when she has that altercation with Michael, her life changed. It never went back. And that's what they were trying to explain in that Halloween trilogy, bro. They were trying to just explain, like, look how much he messed her up. And then they even planted another little twist in there where Hawkins told her, it was never about you, Laurie. I think that right there means a lot. When Hawkins tells Laurie, it was never about you, it goes all the way back to Annie, bro. Like, it's, in my opinion, it goes all the way back to Annie. Like, bro, it's never about you, bro. You did all this preparing and shit. Michael wasn't worried about you. Like, could you imagine if they did like some flashbacks? I mean, they couldn't do that because like it was in a different timeline. Stuff wasn't canon. But could you imagine once he said that they did like multiple flashbacks of just how Michael was operating, showing Laurie like, damn, he really wasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just showing how he just was moving. Like, she wasn't no one special for real. When I heard that in theaters, bro, that shit made my heart hurt because it was 40 years later. You know, jacked up marriages, stuff with her kids, all for nothing. So now she started to see the real in herself. Like, in 2018, you kind of went looking for like trouble. Not really, because it's a theory out there too that I want to talk about. And like I said, I want to get a little bit into more of these crazy theories. If y'all like the theories, comment down below. But I feel like, you know, with that bus, you remember it was a theory out there when they said they think actually Laurie was the reason the bus crashed. Like, they think that, you know, she was the reason that the bus got ran off the road. You know, it's no proof, but, you know, that's just Halloween fans speculating. It's almost like, yeah, she was reaching, you know, and she got involved again. But this time, like, if you think about it, in 78, she went looking and she found Michael, but that was like her just looking for her friends. You know, Halloween 2018, she went, you know, trying to just get everybody prepared, and he once again returned. Halloween ends, she kind of let go. She finally let go, like, hey, I'm done with this shit. I'm living my life. You know, she even, sometimes you need to rip off your shirt and just, you know what I'm saying? They were trying to show us that she's going back to the old Laurie. You know, she's going back to the old Laurie. But now it's kind of too late. Because now you got this kid that's creating his story on the side, which is Corey Cunningham, and you got so much history behind your name, Laurie, that he wants to go after you because now you're getting involved with something else. But it's nothing wrong with that because she was trying to protect her granddaughter, but she got involved between Allison and Corey. Then Corey tried, you know what I'm saying? It's all, at the end of the day, it's like a domino effect. Like, Laurie got involved at, you know, wrong times and stuff. But the whole time, I think the kicker, the starting point of everything is when Annie said, hey, jerk, speed kills. I think from that moment, that's when the whole story started for real. I mean, yeah, he took his sister on the shit, but they ain't got nothing to do with Laurie and them. And then that's what I think. I think that's why I see it now. I swear, y'all, see it so clearly now. I used to wonder this. I'm about to wrap up. I used to wonder, like, why do people not like the sibling shit? You know, like, why don't people like that? Like, the sibling. I mean, when I grew up, I thought the sibling thing was cool when I was younger. Like, oh, they were brother and sister. But now that I get older, now today actually really makes me understand. Like, I understand that group of people out there that's Halloween fans. It's like, bro, like, I really don't dig the sibling theory. I see it now because it makes the story more, you know, just mystery, and just makes it like more just creepy, and it just has no reasoning behind it. You know what I'm saying? It has no reasoning, and I think that's what makes it creepy when they don't have no connection, because it's like, bro, Laura, you wasn't even, you know, the start of the story for real. It was Annie. So people was like, you know, it's her brother. Like, whole time, if you erase it, that makes it like 10 times more creepier because he just bumped into her for real, and it wasn't no motive. I think when you give Michael a motive, it kind of just makes his character go like, when he's out there just like a shark looking, it kind of makes you like, damn, bro, that's crazy. But overall, I'm not gonna lie. I know this is just a theory, but this is one of the theories. I've covered a lot of stuff here on the channel that's speculation and theories. But bro, this is one of the theories that seems so goddamn accurate and so cemented. It makes you almost start looking at the movie like that now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, next time I watch Halloween, it's gonna make me feel like, damn, bro, like I can't even look at that Laurie and Michael shit no more because the Annie stuff is so prominent in the front of the story. It's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys, like even in that scene, real quick, when in the hedge, when he's standing there, people think he's looking at Laurie because the camera's on her, and she's like, I saw someone. And he's like, yeah, Laurie, you scared another one away. Like that scene, bro, he could have been looking at Annie, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, his eyes, the blackest eyes, right? The dark, you know, the eye cut. So he could have been looking at Annie, and once again, Laurie, you're just in the way. So yeah, guys, comment down below what you all think about this crazy theory, and are you know, as a Halloween fan, are you on the side of you like the sibling aspect of everything, or are you on the side of, you know, no motive, you know, no nothing, no siblings, you know, Michael just bumps into Laurie and it goes from there? Comment down below, and also comment down below if you want more theory videos, not just on Halloween, but on other crazy horror films and just, you know, twisted theories. Love these rabbit holes, man. Definitely comment down below. Unfortunately, it's the end of the video. I want you guys to hit me up on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY_ on TikTok, Brandon on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter, and yeah, you all right there where it says subscribe. Next to it, click join and become a member of the channel. I want you all to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. Peace. Until next time, y'all.